What happens if you go for your visa interview and the visa officer finally says, I can't approve your visa? I'm sorry. No. You can try again later. In this video, I'm going to tell you what many visa channels will not tell you, what you probably haven't heard about visa interviews before, but I am going to tell you. I have to really charge for this idea, but I'm not going to charge for it. Okay. So listen to me very attentively and get as many information as you can from this video. Okay. So every year or every day, even every day, thousands of people go for their visa interview. Thousands, a lot of people go for their visa interview. And some of them get approved and some of them also get denied. Okay. So you have to be mentally prepared for both outcomes, whether you get approved or you get denied. I believe in faith. You have to believe that you're going to get approved. But what if you get denied? This is a controversial topic, so listen attentively. When I was 18, 10 and 19, I was successful in forming an organization that helped a lot of people. We did cleanup exercises. We grew to a reasonable amount. We did a lot to help our country because there was one thing I believed, that Ghana would develop. And so I used this philosophy and it helped me a lot. Anytime I want to do something, I think about the worst case scenario. And I used to call this principle Nathaniel's principle because I thought I was the only one using that. But of late, I learned psychology and I saw that it is there. It is called the worst case principle. Think about the worst outcome that is ever going to happen. What is it? The visa officer is going to say no. And what if he says no? What happens? Okay, I'm going to cry a little bit. And what happens? Does my life end from there? No. So that was my driving factor in everything I did. There were times I had to go to companies to ask for help. And I get scared. But when I think about this, that, okay, what is the worst outcome? They'll just say no. And what is the best outcome? They'll say yes. So I'm going to achieve what I went there for. But the worst outcome is no. So I used to think backward. The worst outcome is no. So let me go in there and speak. So that thing I used to do decreased the fear. 100%. It decreased the fear I felt because I was afraid to go in front of big people and speak to them. But if you think that way, the worst thing is no. So let me go in there. I prepare, but the worst outcome is a no. And that's the same thing I want you to use during your visa interview. The worst outcome is a no. And after the no, what happens? You cry a little bit, you get disappointed, but you are not a failure in life. That is what I want you to know. The worst outcome is a no. Okay. One thing about fear and the reason why you are afraid about your visa interview, and let me tell you just two things. Number one is your mind. Your mind wasn't built for success. Your mind was built for survival. The reason why you are scared is because your mind doesn't know the outcome. What will happen? Your mind is curious. It doesn't know. So it's going to scare you so you prevent doing that thing. Your mind wants your safety. Your brain wants your safety. So things that you haven't done before, that is why the first time you are doing anything, you get scared because it doesn't know the outcome. So it's going to scare you so that you feel safe. That is one thing. Another thing why many people are afraid, especially for visa interview, is expectation. We all expect that everybody going for their visa interview wants to get approved. Everybody, hey, I'll get approved. Like, yeah. But also use this strategy I'm telling you, and it's helped me a lot. And as I said, I had to charge for it, but I'm not going to charge for it. Think about the worst case scenario. It's a no. So I have nothing to lose. That is going to significantly decrease the fear. So what you do when you go in there is that you're going to be yourself when you go in there because you have nothing to lose. The worst thing is going to tell me that I'm sorry. And after that, I'm sorry. It doesn't diminish my life in any way. I can try again if I want to, if I feel ready. So let me go there and do my best. So I'm not saying don't prepare. I'm not saying don't do anything. Just go in there with that idea that what if he says no. But I want you to prepare with all your abilities. That is why I do mock session. The mock sessions is for preparation. That's why I do 1v1 with people. That is why I've published a book to help you from the start to the end. Preparation is key for your approval. But when you are preparing, after you prepare and you are getting ready to go there, use this scenario. The worst thing is no, and it doesn't affect me in any way. So let me go in there. It is going to decrease your fear, that fear you feel inside. That is the worst thing. Okay, he's going to say no. Okay, so what if he says no? Okay, what happens? Okay, so think about that and go in there with all your abilities. Go in there, stand in front of her, be yourself. Answer the questions as you prepared earlier. Do your research about the school, do your research about everything. Go in there and you're surely going to get approved. So use that philosophy I used, use that psychological thinking I used. Go there, think about the worst case scenario. The worst case is a no. So what happens? I don't lose my life, I don't lose my mother's life, and yeah. So that has really helped me and I use it till today. Many people are afraid to post on social media to achieve their dream because of the fear. And the fear comes mostly from expectation. You know, rich people fear more than poor people because poor people have nothing to lose. I have just one TV, nothing in my room, but rich people have a lot. So, the fear is higher because they have something to lose. What if you have nothing to lose? What if you make your mind that that is the worst and I'm going there to get approved? Your fear decreases. Many people are afraid to achieve their goals, and going to your visa interview and getting approved is your goal in this case. So many people are afraid to achieve their goals, to achieve their dreams because of that expectation. Oh, what if I post online? I can't post online because what if I post and I get one like? But if you use this strategy I'm telling you right now, if you use the worst case scenario, okay, what if I post and I get one like? What happens? Nothing happens to me. Okay, what if I post again and I post consistently? Okay, there will be a time where people will start noticing my content and I will get more views, I'll get more followers. Before I started this community, right, I rooted for success. I wanted to get to a point. But I also think about the worst case scenario. What if I fail? Okay, nothing is going to happen to me. I'm still me. I'm still Nathaniel. I'm still going to go forward. So, yeah, it decreased the fear and I started. You get it? So, use that for your visa interview. All the best in your visa interview. I believe in you. You are going to get approved. And once I said that, use this strategy, okay, you are going to get approved. I believe in you. Believe in yourself, but use this strategy. What is the worst that's going to happen to me? Okay, I'm not going to get approved. Okay, so what next? Okay, all the best.